Another element though of the psychological operations here is control of the media. Again,
Mm-hmm.
another one of your hallmarks of fascism, right? And I do have a couple stories in that regard that I wanted to point out this week. So, first of all, we've seen in the past that ABC rolled over and caved. They paid Trump off after he sued for George Stephanopoulos' statements regarding his um, sexual impropriety. I don't want to say conviction. It was a civil case in New York with E. Jean Carroll, right? Um, we saw CBS fold with 60 Minutes, and they sued for that. We saw the Jimmy Kimmel stuff not all that long ago, though. He did make his way back onto the air. One of the major media conglomerates that we have not seen cave yet is Google until this week. So, this from ABC News. YouTube has agreed to pay $24.5 million to settle a lawsuit filed by President Trump and other plaintiffs after he was suspended from the platform in 2021, according to a court filing. The filing also says that $22 million will be used to support Trump's construction of a White House ballroom and will be held in a tax-exempt entity called the Trust for the National Mall. The other $2.5 million will go to other plaintiffs in the lawsuit, including the American Conservative Union, Andrew Baggiani, Austin Fletcher, Marissa Veronica Jean-Louis, Frank Valentine, Kelly Victory, and Naomi Wolf, only one of whom I've ever actually heard of. Those folks were all suspended in the aftermath of January 6th for, spreading misinformation and fomenting violence online. Charles, are you surprised, disappointed, shocked
Yes.
by Google and YouTube folding, or is this just more of the same?
Yes to all of it. I mean, the thing I guess I don't quite comprehend, and I have a hard time wrapping my brain around. I mean, the free press is a cornerstone of our democracy and has been since our founding. And I believe that these entities are not upholding that status of themselves. They should fight to stay independent. They could have defeated any one of these things easily if they would have actually invested the time to do it. What was put out was not wrong. It was an insurrection. It was an attack on the government. It was an attack on our very foundational principles. And I'm sorry if that upsets the dear leader, but that's the reality of it. The fact that these organizations are caving to this pressure is downright scary in a certain respect, because each one of us has served to protect the ability to have a free press, to be able to voice those opinions, to be able to have the ability to dissent, to have those conversations. But I also think it kind of comes back to another part of this, that when did we lose the ability to be able to talk? To just express, hey, I may not agree with you, but that's okay. We're not. If everybody saw eye to eye, my God, this it would be absolutely. What's the point? But that was the whole founding of what we were, is take a multitude of ideas and find the best way forward. And when did that become a bad thing? When did we lose that? And why are we continuing to lose it is the other question. I just dumbfounded is probably a massive understatement, but it's just unbelievable.
How dare
Yeah.
you diversity? Sheesh.
What?
Well, I mean, so much of this speaks to it's self-censorship. It's willingly folding. It's deciding that the shareholders are more important than the truth. It's not worth it to fight the administration. It's going to cost us in legal fees. So you roll over. You say, hey, don't come after me. We're fine. Nothing to see here. And
Obeying in advance.
yeah, exactly. Obeying in advance. It's the self-censorship and the profit motive, basically, that winds up driving us down the road to fascism. They don't have to do these things. but they do it because they see it as the easy road. Newsflash, it never ends up being the easy road. You did say a couple very important words, though. You said free press, which, actually has, real historical meaning. But in some cases, it's just a brand name. And one of the people, the person who owns the brand, the Free Press, is former New York Times columnist and let's say heterodox pundit. They like this word a lot. Bari Weiss, who reportedly, as soon as tomorrow, will be named editor-in-chief of CBS News. Now, from the Independent out of the UK, they are reporting that the newsroom staff are, quote unquote, literally freaking out, with sources inside CBS telling the Independent that things are not in a good place right now. So Bari Weiss is, again, a former New York Times columnist. She quit apparently because the Times is too woke, and has made this the central to her brand. The Free Press, which was hosted on Substack, it is the most subscribed publication on that platform, and CBS is reportedly, paying in the neighborhood of $150 million for the Free Press and naming Weiss as their new editor in chief. Now, should mind you, Weiss has never been an editor. She has never led a real news publication, and she is most known as a staunch pro-Israel ultra-Zionist. Not just a Zionist. She is an Israeli expansionist ultra-Zionist, and I have to distinguish between these two things. So I guess, Derek, not a good sign when CBS, one of the, I'd say, last independent big legacy news networks, is now rolling over too. We got Weiss being installed by the new owners, Larry and David Ellison. David Ellison's also buying TikTok. Media consolidation. Very scary. Same thing as some of the others. They're just going right along, molding themselves into the Trump mold. Yeah.
It's all been done before. I mean, look at Kodak, look at Bear, look at Porsche. I mean, and we're talking about, nearly 100 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
And we're same tune, different fiddle. I mean, it's those who do not study history are doomed to repeat it. And we're repeating a very, very horrible part of human history. And I mean, yeah, you're going to have the ones that are just going to bow down and take the easy route out. But the great thing is we have this platform, we have YouTube for now that we can still, as citizens, fight back against media being suppressed. So, I mean, yeah, they're going to lay down just to make things easy for themselves. And it's sad. It's very sad.
I think, if nothing else, that we should look at the Kimmel thing from a couple weeks ago as sort of the playbook for Americans who are concerned about this. Do not give these people your money. If this is the way CBS is going to be, turn off CBS, or cancel your Paramount subscription, or threaten to. You know, these conglomerates only go along with fascism because they think it is in their financial interest. If their customers, the people who keep them alive financially, remove said interest, maybe we can push them in a healthier direction.